Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hey fine folks, this is Freedom Fighter and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Fine folks, welcome to the Global RV Receipts location whereby many members from all over the world are tuning in. Thousands from around the world, hundreds of countries subscribing. And you are a part of this elite group. We have members every day that are establishing relationships with the actual banks and the bankers who are waiting and prepared for the RV to exchange their currency. And they are setting up our members with wealth managers within these banks to help manage the money that they exchange into and grow generational wealth. You are welcome as well to join us for free, and we will help you to do the same thing. The link is in the description right at the top. It's the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room, and we will wrap our arms around you with love and help you to be just like any one of our members who were just like you. May have been confused, not too sure of what's going on with the RV or what to do. But now we have members just waiting. Tier 1 banks, bankers, vice presidents of banks, senior bankers, wealth managers, private client advisors. Many of our members are already set up with those individuals, those professionals that will exchange their currency. And they're in a beautiful place right now. Folks, you can be next. I just got off the phone with Goldilocks. And there's some very important information I want to share with you that Goldilocks is dropping today. And some of you may be aware that in January, there are international standards related to currencies that are going into effect because Goldilocks shared this several days ago, but in as well, there are two things that are happening related to currency, foreign currency, in January. One is the beginning of January, and the other is at the end of January. Goldilocks is sharing a little more about that. Let's jump right into it. This is, folks, what is going to happen January 1, January the 1st. It's the International Accounting Standards Board, otherwise known as the IASB. Effective January the 1st, 2025, there is an amendment that is going to go live and into effect that actually was issued on August the 15th, 2023. So, and this is related to foreign currency and exchanges. And Goldilocks is going to share that. So, the international, think of course internationally. All currencies are related to international standards. International Accounting Standards Boards, it's an organization responsible for developing international financial reporting standards. And these will be reporting standards, folks, on the dinar, reporting standards on the dong, reporting standards on the US dollar, international reporting standards on all currencies involved in any type of exchange. So now this includes guidelines on how companies and countries should account for foreign currency transactions, essentially dictating how companies that exchange foreign currency, how they operate with their financial statements and functioning for foreign currency. And this will impact how changes in exchange rates are reflected in the reporting for any country or any company that exchanges foreign currency. This new accounting standard that goes into effect January the 1st. These are standards that all currency exchange companies must abide by. Goldilocks is sharing that the effects of changes in foreign exchange rates, which specifies how to account for foreign currency transactions and transactions when a company operates in multiple currencies. So when you have a company that operates with multiple currencies and currency exchanges, these are specific new amendments for these standards that go into effect January the 1st, 2025. Key points about this international accounting standards that goes into effect on January the 1st. Key points about foreign currency is this. The standard for foreign currency exchange accounting is for transactions whereby financial statements must be accurate for foreign operations into the exchange for that particular company that it's exchanging currency. Remember, this is live January the 1st. Also, the impact on the financial reporting. So by providing clear guidelines on how to account for foreign currency transactions, the International Accounting Standard Board ensures the consistency of the reporting for currency exchanges. So this is the check and the balance for which these new standards that go live, this amendment that goes live January the 1st. Why do you think these new amendments go live January the 1st for foreign currency exchange? Some recent amendments that also you can understand that Goldilocks is sharing is to address situations where a currency might not be readily exchangeable. So this is stating that in relation to foreign currency transactions, this new amendment is to assure that a currency is actually not only accounted for, and there's proper accounting, but to also make sure that that currency is exchangeable. There's certain guidelines that must be followed by the company that is exchanging currency, specific guidelines that they must follow to determine exchange rates. The International Financial Reporting Standards determine how to account for foreign currency transactions and the financial statements. In other words, this is to ensure the financial statements for foreign currency exchanges are accurate, representing the economic reality of a country. In banking, Goldilocks is sharing a measuring unit refers to a standard monetary unit used to quantify the value of goods and services, essentially meaning that the currency itself is a unit. And this is making sure the accuracy of that currency or unit, making sure that the reporting standards are accurate and transparent. What are they preparing for? Why is this going into effect January the 1st? They've been actually working on this since August of 2023. Goldilocks is sharing that the current amendments lack exchangeability. Exchangeability of what? Currencies. So the new amendment currently taking place, Goldilocks is sharing, with an effective date for reporting periods on January the 1st, 2025, is to focus on if a currency has what's called exchangeability status. The main focus of these amendments is to clarify how to assess whether a currency can be exchanged or not into another currency. So, for example, if the Iraqi dinar can be exchanged into US dollars, this amendment, folks, goes live January the 1st, 2025. The International Accounting Standards Board issued these amendments, and they provide the guidelines, the guidance on assessing whether a currency is exchangeable and how to determine the exchange rate when it's not. Goldilocks is finally sharing that at the beginning of January and at the end of January 2025, here we have two standards. At the end of 2025 is the International Valuation Standards, which go into effect January the 31st, 2025, for which they have been working on for almost 2 years. On November the 21st, Goldilocks shared an article about the International Valuation Standards, whereby not only currencies, but all assets, there's a standard for which the values of currencies, the real values of currencies and assets, are to follow a certain standard. And Goldilocks shared on November the 21st that if someone would have liked, there was a page 176 that Goldilocks shared where it shows for the underlying accounting standards for financial instruments. Ladies and gentlemen, it is financial instruments that will back not only our currencies, but the new financial system. So for those of you who have been following Goldilocks, you would be aware that these standards are going to affect January the 31st, 2025. A few days ago, I reported on it and we had a podcast on it. I was actually going to share this with everyone on the Saturday night call, but we had 6 members that established relationships with the actual bankers that are going to exchange their currencies at tier 1 banks and establish relationships with the wealth managers. The call went too long and I wasn't able to go into this great detail about January 31st, the international standards, where Goldilocks went into detail on November the 1st, posted in the Goldilocks room. So here we have January the 1st and January the 31st, 2025. These standards will put our local currencies, our currencies around the world, on an equal, increasing level playing field regarding the standards for their demand and their worth going forward. I want to be clear. Goldilocks is not stating that the RV will happen on January the 31st. Goldilocks is sharing that the standards for currencies around the world go into effect January the 1st for accounting and exchangeability to determine if a currency is exchangeable and the 31st of January, the standards for which the values of the currencies and the standards for them go live in the instruments that back them as well. We must have these amendments. We must have the clarity for the exchangeability of currencies first, and also the standards to go into place January 31st for all countries and companies that exchange currencies to follow. Stay grounded, because there are several things now that will follow these particular milestones regarding foreign currency that we await. However, it's a beautiful time to be alive and be a part of this. Stay grounded.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.